Long time no see, or depending on how I actually upload these, it might not be. This is being recorded a fair amount after the last one, I'd say. Don't really remember the dates. If you are watching these in order, because I intend to probably just upload all these at once, the previous ban list is no longer the correct one, because we've played a lot more since then, a lot more cards have been banned. Case in point, here's the new ban list. Uh, so some funny cards had to be put on here because they're a bit too strong. You'll notice cards like these are here because they're evil cards that should never have been printed. Level Leader is here. We got to see it for 1 week, and I shut that down immediately. But it's been a little back and forth recently. Not anymore, though. I'm on a 3-game losing streak as of recording this, but I hope to rectify this mistake. I've been playing a lot of decks that aren't my just straight up, this is the strongest thing I have deck, and I've been doing that for a reason. One, I wanted to play something different, but two, playing that deck and winning is really bad for me, especially right now because it puts me in a position where I am doing nothing but lose from then on after, especially given what my pulls have been, because my other decks just can't really hold a candle to the main one. That's why you'll see some cards have been hit more than others. Crawler Soma. I love this card. I think it's really cool. Sad that it had to be banned, but I understand why. El Shaddoll Winda. Took me literally forever to get any Shaddoll fusion that wasn't Shakinaga. And I was like not using her for the first couple matches, but then once I started, spreading out the deck ideas a bit more, she just made sense to be playing. Buzzsaw Shark, I had 3 of this, but I was the one that ended up banning this. We'll get into this much later, probably not this video. This is the Sheenaberg field spell, same thing, much later. And I banned all 3 of these cards, even though I own both of these. But enough yapping. Onto the actual replays. Or I guess the deck list first. You'll get a sneak peek of some of the stuff that goes on later, as you can tell with some of these deck list photos. The one we will be doing today is, I think I want to do Chaos Draft 6, Chaos Draft 7, and Chaos Draft 8, I'd say. I would like to really, because if I go back through here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll go 6, 7, and 8 today. I want these 4 to be their own special episode. So, Chaos Draft number 6. This is our flip deck. Only difference I think this time that's of really any importance is we have the Aeneacrafts. I don't have my old deck list to go check, but in case I didn't have them before, the Aeneacrafts let you summon your whole hand face down. Each one can reveal itself from the hand, you can summon a card from your hand face down, and it does not have to be themselves, and it's not a once per turn in the slightest. So you can, and I did, just summon my whole hand. It is for that reason, and this copy of Wake Up Machia we have, that is searchable off Wake Up Kuro, that we are playing this Deus Ex Crawler, although it can be floated into off crawlers, and Pot of the Forbidden. This is just Pot of Greed, Trunade, Raigeki, or the Great Sentry. Can't remember what it's called. Forceful Sentry. Pretty nice. I drafted this copy of Spirit of the Fallwind because I thought it was a wind, or a wind flip. It's not, so I realistically should have just taken a different card that I had access to, but oh well. We have this Ancient Fury Life Dragon as a synchro target off of Gofu and any level 3, i.e. like these. But it's just kind of in here because theoretically we would make it, but we don't really care to. The Melodious package is still looking pretty good. Triple Ostinato is amazing for us. Our extra deck, though, not looking that good. We only have a generically makeable boss in Gaia Saber and Underworld Goddess, and that's about it. Our lower rank stuff isn't that good, and we don't have a real good way of getting into it turn 1. But enough yapping. Replay time. You'll see I have so many replays saved. So, Chaos Draft Part 6. So we got to go first. We go Kuro for Makia, pitch this beast to draw a card. Love to do that. Draw into that, but that's fine. We have the Aeneacrafts. So we can just summon out this Deus Ex Crawler, normal summon our Mathematician, send a Hedgehog to get any Shadal, we'll choose another beast. And then now we can summon that beast. By the way, my opponent does not know what I summoned. We'll do it again, and we will summon Guru. He was another new addition to the deck. He is in here because he can search a copy of Subterra Succession, and during my turn, he can flip a card, flip a monster my opponent controls face down. So he'll go for Allure of Darkness, banish Scapegoat. Here's the card that needs to go. King Sarcophagus. This card, even in Constructed, I hate to go against it, because it just means that, like, okay, either my opponent's gonna set up a free monster negate and a spell negate in the 2 Galaxy rank 8s, or they're gonna draw 3 cards. And I don't like either of those. Plus, it means they have infinite grind game, because as long as I can't kill this thing, all the Horuses can just come back. It also gives protection to your Horuses by making it so they can't be destroyed by card effects unless those cards target, i.e. my Raigeki and Darkhold do nothing. And also, if I battle a Horus, whether he attacks me or I attack it, he can just send my monster to the grave. So it's like, ah, crap. So he only has 1, by the way, and he just happened to open it. So summons out this copy of Duamateth and this copy of Inseti. Goes Eater of Millions. This is a card that gets banned much later on because it it destroys flip decks. Plain and simple. Like, it's already an annoying card to go against, but especially for my kind of deck, where my monsters essentially don't do anything until turn 3, because at the time I didn't have a way of flipping them up fast. Oh god, it's not good. So, sends my first card with King Sark effect. I'm like, okay, at least Beast gets to trigger here, so I draw. Battles a second, which means Guru gets me the Succession. Succession, in case you didn't know, you send a regular monster from hand or field, and if you do, you have to add any flip with the same attribute but a different name. Or you can send any flip from hand or field, and then add any monster with the same attribute but a lower level. So this card functionally reads, search any card in your deck. So then he banishes this face down. Unfortunately, this does it before damage, or this does it at start of damage step, not during damage calc. Had it been during damage calc, this would flip up, and this would be negated, meaning I could easily kill this Eater of Millions on my following turn. Unfortunately, that's not how it goes. He then goes Gradle Impact, and this is the card he wanted me to ban. He was like, he has 2 of this, by the way, and he's like, yeah, this is the card you should ban, the Felgrand. See, it's so strong. I'm like, why would I ban the Felgrand when I can ban the way you get to Felgrand? And then set 1, Gradle, get him Gradle Alligator. So this match not looking good for us, unfortunately. We draw into Hound, but this Divine Knight Felgrand really just makes any chance we have of outing this board very difficult. We normal summon Makia here and pass, because in end phase she can send a face down card to grave. That's pretty much our only hope, but this Felgrand can just negate. We're going to force the Mathematician into the Eater, so it vanishes, and then kill the Eater. And go this first, actually, to summon out the Spine that we drew into off Beast, and do it again. Let's set Kuro, maybe it helps us, and then we'll do this in hopes of getting another one of the names. I actually have 1 copy of an Aeneacraft that can pop back row. Unfortunately, we didn't get it, we got the monster pop. So we just set it, and that's our turn. We go end phase to get rid of his set card, because I had a feeling it was the Shining Peacephilia, but I get negated with Felgrand. His turn comes around, he's got Umseti still. Flips up, it was actually Squamata, so he gets to pop one of my cards. Chooses this one, and that's a good one for him because it doesn't do anything. Summons out the Umseti, goes battle phase, I decide to Succession. We're gonna Succession send this Hound to add any flip monster that is a dark attribute. Here's kind of where I mess up. So we're gonna do this and get Spear Cretin. I'll explain the mess up in a little bit. this triggers, we decide to change Imseti to defense so that it can't use the King Sark to put my thing into the graveyard without flipping it, but he can Felgrand the Imseti, which protects Imseti, which means the Sark can send. Goes battle, it's like, well, at least I have a cold comfort in killing this thing, because I could have killed the Felgrand, like, but Felgrand's useless right now, at least this way he can't make, like, a rank 4. Goes Duamatef, and then there's the second Felgrand, and it's like, I see the writing on the wall. That was game 1. This was game 2. You get to go first in this one. Pretty fine opener. We have the Shaddoll Beast summon off of the Aeneacraft, and the set this pass. We did not have a copy of Shaddoll Fusion at the time, so there's no point in setting this copy of Hedgehog. I'd rather just draw 2 with this and pitch it. Dice Foon effect, hoping to hit it. Hits the 5, and since there's not 2 spell traps to destroy on field, it fizzles. True Nade now, had to use 2 resources to out it, but I'm fine with that. This was the other portion of his deck, pre-preparation of rites for Demise. The idea being you could use the Horuses as tribute material for the Demise stuff. This to get another Demise, so he contribute this Demise for Demise. And he decides, yeah, it's probably worth it to use the Demise effect to blow up, which didn't really work out for him since I had Beast, so I could draw, but he couldn't know that. We take 24, but that's okay. We have the out for it right here and here. Drawn to the Tindangle, honestly great. So we set this copy of Assailant with Aeneacraft, then the Angel, then we set this. As soon as possible, we pull up the cards, we both take 24. He goes normal summon Senju to add another ritual, but he doesn't have a target, so he swings. That's Night Assailant to pop. We draw another Angel's Amazing. Flip this Angel, summon out Beast from the graveyard. Then we normal summon Snow, make Redoer, and just start swinging. Redoer effect. We got a Shining Peacephilia, and he doesn't have an out for Redoer right now. On to game 3, and the penultimate game, or ultimate duel of this match. And, of course, I go first. He wanted the extra draw. Here's the match that I really screw up. So keep note this succession. So we just pass. We're gonna hope to do the Shaddoll Hound effect, and if he has a board, we can usually just Raigeki it. He opened the 1-of again, so it's like, so I just lose. So he goes for Imseti and Duamatef pitched from hand, because he opened it. He has 2 Duamatef. Normal summon this Greyo Eagle, and it's like, wow, that's a lot of damage. Take the Eagle. Here's where I mess up. So we're gonna send this Hound for Angel. That was a mistake. If I was smart, I actually would have sent Hound for Tindangle Intruder. But we'll keep going. Hound will shuffle this to defense. We'll take 24. He makes Felgrand. Pass. We draw into Wake Up Kuro. Now, here is the line that I'm not going to take because I did not see it and it's too late to do it now. Subterra Succession lets me send a monster from hand or field to add a flip with the same attribute but different name. So, we send the Dark Attribute Monster, Shaddoll Hound, to add a flip monster that's also dark, in Tindangle Intruder, which is a level 6 Fiend Dark Flip monster. On my turn, we then activate Succession again, because it sets itself face down after being used. When doing so, we send the Tindangle Intruder to add Gofu, the Blackwing that summons himself into Blackwing tokens. We then link the 2 Blackwing tokens before we do anything else, we Raigeki. This forces Felgrand to use his effect on himself. We then link the 2 tokens into into Darumadal, if I can find him here. Darumadal effect can then target the King Sark and my Succession to blow up the King Sark. We then have only a Link 3 on board, unfortunately, and this copy of Felgrand is unaffected, but that's still kind of okay. we can just make Pit Knight early and pass with that. We still have our normal summon, and we've drawn this Wake Up Kuro for turn. So we can actually go Wake Up Kuro, we can go for a copy of Snow, or pitch this Snow so we get Machia, and then Machia effect, summon the Wake Up Kuro in hand and the Machia in hand. This will trigger the Tindangle Intruder to summon itself from grave. This means that my board will now consist of the Pit Knight early, or I guess technically I could leave Daruma Cannon with the Gofu on field, a nice copy of Machia face down and Kuro face down, and a Tindangle Intruder with a mandatory summon. That is 3 face downs and 2 face ups. Now I have no way of flipping them up on my turn right now, so again it's probably just make Pit Knight early, because then I can revive it after it dies. I am very low life, but hey, it's an option that does something. This leaves me with my Neocraft in hand. My Machia doesn't really do anything, so she's just going to get run over in battle pretty easy. My Kuro dies to this Felgrant, and he will know where Kuro is, or at least he should know. But she at least can flip him face down, which forces his other material, making him useless from then on out. And Tindangle Intruder adds me Tindangle Angel. I am incredibly favored if I do that. Not just favored, I think I won. But because I didn't see that line until literally 30 seconds after conceding, that's not how this story goes. Succession, get Beast because we drew Kuro, and hope that Kuro discard Beast can draw us into something that can get us out of this. We get Path Forbidden. I'm like, okay, that's nice. We'll force that out, and we'll just quit, because we know that the Horuses are coming back next turn. There's nothing we can do. So, unsurprisingly, that is how King Sarcophagus met its end. Shame too, because I was building towards it. I think I had Walls of the Imperial Tomb and a Mseti of my own, but it is... Or no, I had the Horus, the Black Flame Deity, but I was like, I'm fine not having that be in the format, honestly. On to the next game. This was Chaos Draft number 7. This deck is just a great refinement of the flip deck. We have so many things going on that are the exact same because it's the same deck. It's just the same deck. I think the side deck has one new card in it, it's just another Melodious name. And the extra deck, I got Berserker of the Tenyi instead of the Gaia Saber. Oh, and I got Borreload. That's another thing I got. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's a cool Link boss I can sometimes make. Other than that, deck's the same. We still have Sunset Beat. I don't know if I mentioned it last time, but if a monster's flip face down, I get to target a card and destroy it. And if a flip monster is flip face up, even when it's being attacked, I burn my opponent equal to its level times 200. So, pretty good way to get some damage in, hopefully win the game a bit easier. Enough yapping though. Now we're on to Chaos 7. So unfortunately we draw the Snow, which means our Luna doesn't have a target, but that's whatever. Go Allure of Darkness, banish Danger Nessie, special summon Cash Unicorn, normal summon this Goaty, special summon Perform Mage Hat Tricker, because there's 2 monsters on field, and make Redoer. Set 2 as well. Yeah, this was the game that I was thinking Redoer had to go, but like I was like Redoer or Unicorn have to go because this is getting to be too annoying, especially Unicorn, because just like my extra is so valuable and ripping my extra is just removing any chance I have. So he takes the card off the top, and it's Intruder. I'm like, honestly, that's fine. I need that engraved. So we use the Aeneacraft, and I'm like, because I wanted to try and get a different Aeneacraft instead. Ideally, I wanted the Monster Destructor, because the Monster Destructor would let me out this Cash Unicorn. Dice Foon hits the 5, so he has to kill his own back row, but it was Solemn, so I'm like, oh, okay. So we go normal summon Fairy Tale Luna, and just use the effect to force this Unicorn back in hand. We'll go Machia effect to summon herself and this beast. Pass the turn. So by doing the thing I did with Luna, this forces him to use his Redoer now if he wants to summon the unicorn and then swing so he can banish a card from my extra. So he takes a card from the top, and we're playing primarily monsters, so we just get another monster. He tags out and does that unicorn play. He top deck Buzzsaw Shark. I'm like, ah, dang it. He has 3 of them right now. I only had 2 at the time. Makes Lavalval Chain and uses it to send his own copy of Snow. Goes swinging, hits the Beast. Beast draws me 2. I pitch this copy of Night Assailant. Night Assailant then triggers. And now I have Kuro back in my hand. Although, all the good that's gonna do me because I don't have another target for her. Unicorn chooses to banish my Underworld Goddess. Makia mandatory activation, but she does nothing. He gets Redoer back. Attaches material, it's my Raigeki, so it means this turn I can out-Redoer somewhat, but not really. So we just set Spear Cretin and pass. My hope is that I can Spear Cretin for this copy of Night Assailant, and then Night Assailant can pop, and then in the process of doing that, I am forced to summon Tindangle Intruder. With Redoer, he gets a card. It's my Deus Ex Crawler. This is the chain effect to bin a copy of Buzzsaw. Now he's got 3 Fishing Graves, shuffle them all back, draw a card. Redoer effect to draw another card. Idra into Cosmic Compass. Now he can make Nightmare Unicorn to spin my monster, and that's game. So I'm like, oh, that's another card I gotta get rid of eventually. On to game 2. This hand's still not that good, unfortunately, so we're just gonna set Squamata and pass. Gets the Buzzsaw, Leaf Fish, makes the Redoer, decides to just pass, doesn't want to swing in case it's removal, which is fair enough. Takes the top card, it's Shaddoll Hound. We just set Mimicking and pass. He kind of read that since I didn't flip this up, it has to be removal. So he uses Goblinberg to get another rank 4, aka Lavalval Chain, sending another copy of Buzzsaw so it's prepped for later. Banishes Redoer, and then swings so that I can't target the Redoer during damage step in case one of these was it and one wasn't. So I just kill the Lavalval Chain, and Redoer comes back. Redoer takes material, and it's Axon. Flip up the Squamata to force the Redoer, and then just get swinging. Fortunately, Dogmatic Punishment kills my Mimicking before I can even use it, so that's OL. But we get to normal summon this Tindangle Angel, which makes him flip Vanities, and it's like, I love gameplay. So much gameplay we get to have here. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. His stance on the Floodgates is that he agrees they're horrible cards that should never have been printed, and they're evil. And yet he plays them, so I just had to deal with that for a very long time, unfortunately. So, kills my Angel, I'm like, yep, nothing I can do about that. Attaches a card, it's my Aeneacraft, which I can't even use right now. So I just tribute set for Shaddoll Beast. It's another card. It's my other Aeneacraft. So I don't have my Spell Trap removal anymore. And now we've got Snow. Beast draws me 2, and I get to pitch a card. We pitch Hedgehog and grab Squamata. Now we have an out to this stupid Vanities. We draw. We get the Aeneacraft. He takes Skill Prisoner, which means he can return a face-up card to top deck, which, thank God, that doesn't matter right now. We're just going to set the Squamata and pray it's enough. He does Redoer. He gets Guru. Goes Goblinberg. Ports out Redoer because he knows that he can't get lethal during this anyways, so he might as well just lose the thing. Since that's gone, and at least he gets Redoer back, and, you know, he's annoying as ever. We get Hedgehog, which means at least if he ports out right now, I get a Hedgehog trigger. Knowing that my board is finally free of the curse of Floodgate, we Aeneacraft the Beast. And then he bad aims the Beast. It's why I went for Beast first. Because now we get a draw. We summon the Intruder. Beast gets a draw, we get Spine. We go this for Spine. Then again, we go for Angel. Then we normal summon the copy of Snow, forcing him to use his card to out, which then means Hedgehog triggers, we get the last copy of Beast, and we crash the Snows. Now, main phase 2, we summon the Beast again. I wanted to keep a zone open so that Angel can can revive a card if without getting screwed because it didn't have a target. Reader returns. He gets a trap card, and I have no face-ups. He drew Eater of Millions, and I'm like, uh-oh. So, he banishes this card, which is Beast. Passes his turn after setting a card. We draw, we get Angel, Redoer, steals, and gets Glial. We flip up Intruder, we flip up Angel. Intruder has no targets at this point. The last one's in my hand. Angel, summon back Guru so I can get Succession online. Link 2 into Pit Knight early, so this stupid Redoer is not going anywhere. Then we use Crawler's Spine to out the set card, which was Scapegoat. Now we use the Snow, so we are going to use that to out Redoer. He chains Redoer, so I negate Redoer. He does his own Snow, and Snow's my Snow, but I have the Skill Prisoner he put in grave, which negates it at res. I link his stupid Redoer off with the rest of my board to make Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, which negates his board, meaning this Eater of Millions is negated. We now set the Tindangle Angel we drew, and this game is essentially mine. He draws 2, has to send his whole hand to the grave, but he gets to draw a card after Leaf Fish, gets Witch, makes Haggard Lizardos, gets to search a copy of Hat Trigger now. Haggard Lizardos can reduce her to 1100, but that's still too big for him to be able to get over on its own, so he has to make Nightmare Unicorn just to swing over. Then he goes for the Snow, which no longer can be negated by my Moon. I go my Snow, and flip his down so he can't make the the Link 4 Abomination Unchained, which is what he was going to go for. I draw a Mathematician, we flip up Guru, get Succession, Angel, get back Beast, Intruder summons itself manually, and he concedes. Very, very long and hard-fought game, and God, did the Floodgate make it more annoying. On to the final round of Chaos 7. During this time, I actually sighted into my Ostinato package. The goal with this, I believe at the time, was create a Ostinato target. I have the Melodious Bloom Diva, which can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. So the idea was, let's just make her. I have her now, but at the time, I did not have my copy of Melodious Aria, which would let me do the protection board. But, again, we've rectified that since then. Opponent is going first. They set 2 pass. We draw. Pretty okay draw. Ostinato. Immediately go for Bloom Diva in defense. Now, he has several cards that out this, namely, something that lives in his extra deck. Nightmare Unicorn. Get ready to see that card a lot, especially in the next video, because, oh boy, it's a problem for a very long time. And it had to be a problem for a very long time, because there was something else I had to get rid of first. Now we normal summon Mathematician, send Hedgehog to get a copy of Beast, and for battle phase, it was Witch, unfortunate, he gets Buzzsaw. But we get Bottomless, so hopefully that'll be enough, right? Bloom doesn't die from the Ostinato effect, she can be killed. Summons Eater of Millions, I'm like, yep, there's another out to Bloom Diva right there. At least the normal summon can get eaten by Bottomless. So it's just Bloom Diva getting out of, fortunately. Sets another card, we get Raigeki. I hate this card so much, we're just gonna Raigeki it right then and there, swing with the Mathematician, and set our Mimicking Maneater Bug. We top decked another one. Volleyball Chain, put a Buzzsaw on top of his deck. Mathematician draws. I now have every Shaddoll name, man. Re-get Succession, and by now I have learned my lesson. Once again, we have a board of Squamata and Mimicking. Do big damage, now we have our own Redoer. And my Redoer is better because I can trigger the Squamata by pitching it. He goes for Buzzsaw. Buzzsaw gets this guy. Make his own Redoer. Goes Battle Phase. I decide to trade my Redoer out for the Squamata effect for the Hound to put his to defense. End phase. I take it. And the Beast to get Tindangle Intruder. Beast draws a card, Sunset Beat. Kinda nice. Redoer effect. His own Redoer ports out because he thought he was chaining to add. And honestly, that's fine because I got Punishment, which means I could get rid of his Redoer easy. Now, because I got this Redoer back on board without a monster, I can't do the effect, so that's unfortunate, but oh well. This is lethal on board. I was gonna get to do the Succession line, but it didn't end up happening. And that, my friends, is how my copy of the Underworld Goddess got banned from this one right here. On to the final one for today's video. Chaos Draft 8. This one was called Flip because I made a different one that wasn't a flip because he had mentioned how I was playing Flip a bunch, but that one in testing did literally nothing. So the Flip decks changed a bunch. Now we have many more trap cards. We've got Imperm, we've got many more, 2 more. We have Imperm and Apex Predation. Apex Predation just says if you have a normal summoned or set monster, blow up all special summons, and then next turn you can't normal summon. We have World Legacy Survivor, which it looks at the top 5 of my deck, and if I hit a Crawler or World Legacy card, I add that to my hand and mill the rest. That mill triggers the Shaddolls. The extra deck got a little bit better. We got Donner Dagger for Hire as a generic Link 2 piece of removal, and I went into a set to get Shaddoll Construct Link Monster. I was also hoping to get actual Shaddoll Construct, but alas, I only got this one. And funnily enough, in the set that Shaddoll Construct this Link is from, it's a common, and I got it there. But in the one that I also got it from that I went into it for, it was an Ultra, which was the same as regular Shaddoll Construct, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, man. I also got Triple Tactics Thrust for the matches, because I'm like, oh, he's making Redoer a bunch, so if that was his game plan again, I could put this in and, you know, get some of my power spell traps. Other than that, not too many changes. Oh yeah, we played Tindangle Hound, and then we never played it again because it's bad. I have it in a deck now, though, because maybe I can get it to work, but yeah, it was... Ugh. But enough yapping. On to the next round. Oh, that's the wrong one. Chaos Draft 8, Part 1. So, opponent going first, sets 1 pass. We draw... Hedgehog is great, especially because we have Kuro. So, Kuro, get Makia, send Hedgehog, search deck for Beast, and we normal summon Snow, battle phase first. It's Witch, unfortunate. Gets Buzzsaw, I'm like, yep, we're back to this shenanigan. Go Makia, and with Makia, we set the Beast. We want to get the draws online. We at least have the out for the Buzzsaw. Because Dark Hole, I'm like, I think in the moment, I'm like, that's why I set Beast, because I am getting a draw off your Dark Hole. So we draw into Angel, very good card. So that, I say no. He goes, Summon Eater of Millions, and I say, I hate this game. We draw, we get Akmira. Or actually, this one's Orgia, my bad. So we just summon the whole hand. Because at least if I keep summoning, he can only kill one of these. There's the Hound, which gets me back a Shaddoll card. And there's the Angel, which gets me back anything. Just pass. Goes Lifeless Leaf Fish. Technically speaking, I could have normal summoned the Wake Up Kuro by tributing 2 monsters. And then she has an effect to change a face down to face up, which would trigger some of these cards, but I didn't need to do it. I guess I probably could have done Hound and other Hound as tribute material, and then flip up Angel, and then Angel could just straight up revive like Beast right there. But meh, it's whatever. So now we have Eater of Millions coming in and banishing the lone target, which was Hound, so didn't even get to use it. And now there's a second one. I don't know, he should have summoned that one first, because then he could banish two of my things, but he didn't think to, because he went for Nightmare Unicorn, spin away the card I had in the middle. I was like, oh cool, goodbye Kuro, and now all I have is Hound and Angel. And he passed, and oh look, he hit the best one in Angel. So we flip up Hound. Hound for Beast. Normal these. Make Haggard Lizardos. Lizardos banish the Night Assailant so I can punch over this thing. Get out of my life. And pass. So we're in a top deck war, but I have Beast. I get Kuro, but she doesn't really do anything, so it's just gonna be Orgia to summon her, I guess. Orgia, summon her. Orgia, summon Beast. He draws. He's had to banish his whole extra, so nothing he has is saving him, and so he concedes. On to... oh, that's the wrong one. That was 7. On to part 2. This one shows off way more of the trap cards. He's going first. Buzzsaw. We have Imperm, and I managed to open the one of, so no Buzzsaw for you. He goes Dimensional Fissure, and here's another evil card. Like, well, that sucks. So I set Spine, Rod, and Apex. He whiffs, and he doesn't get to blow up anything. Serves him right for playing Dimensional Fissure. Does this again. Gets the fish. Makes Redoer. And passes. So I decide we're going to Apex Predation now to force the Redoer out now, because I don't want my stuff getting banished as often. And then Rod to pop it, so it's gone. But now I can't normal summon or set this turn. Very unfortunate. Prevents some lines. So he goes Soma. He goes Vanities. Or not Soma, Spine. He goes Vanities because his card won't go to the grave. So now I can't special summon either, which means the stupid Aeneacraft in my hand can't summon anything. I love Floodgates. I love them so much. They're so fun and fair and just amazing. Yep, and then now we have the normal summon Buzzsaw, but I can actually normal summon again, so now I am much more favored because I have Snow. I don't flip it because I want to do damage. He top decks. He sets. I get Succession. Doesn't work under macro effects. It's Squamata. Goodbye, Snow. So we set the card because it's Spell and Trap Destruction, which means we can go Battle Phase, but I get to blow up this Super Dimensional Fissure, and then Dimensional Fissure dies, so Vanities dies. And now my stuff is online. We got Lavalval Chain, sends his own Snow, and now we get to do the combo. Succession effect, send Hedgehog, grab Intruder. Hedgehog effect, grab Beast. Next turn, draw. Succession effect, send Intruder, get Gofu. Gofu summon, make 2 tokens. Link 2 into Daruma. Then link into Monk. Punch. Set Angel, and now I have Succession to do whatever I want with these. Lifeless Leafish draws him a card. Gets the Goldie card as a free summon. Gets to summon this Mapura. Goes for Giga Cannon, which means he'll get to make himself even bigger. And in the moment, I was playing it up like, oh, how do I beat that card? But I had so many outs. I could just make Bora load from this point, and I won. But I wanted to play it off as if I had nothing, because come on, man. I guess he does have a pop off this, but still, annoying. So I take a little bit of damage. He's bigger now, but it doesn't matter. Succession, send this. Now we get to add Knight Assailant. This draw, we get Hedgehog off the draw. Pretty nice. There's Machia, pretty cool. Flip up Intruder, get another Angel. Flip up this Hedgehog, no effect. We just make Haggard Lizardos, and he concedes. And it was from that game that Subterra Succession, unfortunately, had to die. It was lovely while it lasted, but it's okay. I'm sure it'll get to see some love much, much later in a different world. That's all for this video. Next time, we get into the Dark Hour of Chaos Draft. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.